Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. I have a porch project I need to do today. Last Christmas, I was gifted 2 of the Cracker Barrel rocking chairs, the big white ones that are nice and wide. And I so badly wanted to decorate my front porch in the spring so that they look so pretty sitting there, and it didn't get done. So then I thought maybe in the summer. Still didn't get done. So here it is, fall. You guys, how did it get to be the 29th of September already? I have no idea, but it is. So I don't have time to do this, but I'm making the time because I want it done so badly. This is my favorite time of year to sit out on the front porch. I am going to do 7 things to improve the look of my front porch. I don't have a lot of money to spend, but I did need new rugs. You'll learn more about those later. So if you have a porch that you need to redo, you don't have to do all 7 of these things. If you do the first 2 or 3, it would make an amazing difference. So the things I'm going to do are clean the porch. I'll take everything off. I'll use my leaf blower to blow all the dust and dirt and cobwebs away. Number 2, I will remove my furniture and wash it. It gets so dirty sitting outside. And if those are the only 2 things you can do is sweep and wash furniture, that will make a huge improvement in your porch. Number 3 is where I put in the new rugs. They are expensive, but you don't have to do it. You could even paint a rug on if that was something you were interested in doing. I'm also going to refresh my tabletop, a very simple, inexpensive way, as well as make some new cushion covers for my seat cushions with stuff I have here or bought very inexpensively. I have some homemade decor that I'm going to put together to put on the porch, and I was gifted some Hobby Lobby items that I will also add. So the total I will spend on this porch is $155. But like I said, if you don't have $155 to spend on the porch, well, actually, I guess it would only be $135 because the Hobby Lobby stuff was gifted to me. So $135. If you don't have that, I totally understand. You do what parts of this that you can. I want to encourage you to do what you can do to make your porch or outside living space an enjoyable space to be in through this wonderful fall weather. Let's get busy. Let me show you what some of this looks like. You can see paint just chipping all over little bitty pieces, which is kind of more annoying than big pieces. But you can see these chairs are a mess. They've got lots of chipping away, and like up here and just down the spokes. I did try to like wipe some off recently, but I think if I spray them off, I'll get the worst of it. So we're going to do that. We're going to work on these cushions also to make them work for our fall decor. If you're new here, it's good to have you. My name is Penny, and we live on an 1.5 acres in the middle of a neighborhood, in the middle of a city. Sometimes it looks like we live in the country. And other times, like today, you're going to see cars coming and going as I work on this project. Thanks for coming along. Whenever you have blankets or chair cushions or anything on your porch, you always want to watch for wasp nests. Seems like they can find anywhere. Okay, I brought out a bucket of water and a couple of rags. One rag will be for washing. The other one will be if I need to dry something off. And I have an old brush in my water. So what I'm going to do is kind of brush these first and loosen up some of the paint. Should come off easier when I use the hose. I also want to check under chairs for wasp nests before I get too busy cleaning things and be surprised. I don't like that kind of surprise. I just have a mix match of chairs here. A couple of them were here when we moved in, and then I added a couple more when we built the table. So they do not match, but that's the way the chairs are in my house also. So I'm a fan of not matching chairs. All right, let's try this one. Oh yeah, lots of paint coming off here, which I knew it would. These are the ones that when you sit on them, it pretty much comes off on you. I just want the worst off. I have a ladies' coffee group that comes here on Thursdays, just a community group. And then I also have a community dinner on the first Monday of the month. So people come out and sit in these, and I don't want them walking around with paint chips all over them. I feel so bad. So I always feel bad when I'm doing a job that involves a lot of water, because we used to live on a 60-acre farm, and we lived up on a hill. And up that hill, they could not have water lines because the water couldn't make it up the hill. And the previous owners drilled a well, and they drilled really, really deep to get to it, but it was salt water. So we obviously could not continue to use that. They had used it, and it ruined their washer and things that used the water. So our other option, which is what people had done there before the well was drawn, was to bring water in and keep it in a big cistern underground. So we had this, I don't know how many gallons, Mark could tell you, tank that went on the back of our truck, and we would take it downtown, and we would take a PVC pipe and stick in the top of this, open the lid, stick the pipe in, and then there was like a big water spout that came down. It just kind of came over and down from a building, and I just couldn't imagine that that's how you got your water. But you did that. You put that part that came over and down. You made sure that your PVC pipe connected the opening of your water tank and included the downspout of this water pipe. So you did that. Then you went over to this little building that this water pipe came off of, and you inserted quarters. So it took 60 quarters for us to fill the tank on the truck. So we would put all the quarters in, we would fill the tank, we would take it home, and then we would take the water out of the tank and put it into our cistern with the big pipe. And that's how we had water. Now, let me tell you, that made you appreciate your water. The first thing that Mark would do, we would have kids over for different things or whatever. He would walk them down to the cistern. He would open it up. He would tell them how he got that water, and that was the only water we had until he went back to get more water. And then he would say, don't waste my water. When you're washing your hands, you turn it off. Don't leave water running. And they were all like, okay. So now, anytime I use water, I still feel guilty, which I should. I should not waste water. And maybe That's why I only do this once every couple years. Okay, I have to take a break. My alarm is going off. Today's my mom's laundry day, so I'm trying to get this done in between that too. I'll be back. Okay, now we're back on the porch, and I have this fairly small rug here, and I ordered a new rug. It's a plainer rug, but you know, rugs are really expensive. This one I got at a sale, really good deal, but it's too little for what I need. So I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna use my leaf blower. I'm gonna blow the porch off, probably cobwebs and stuff around the ceiling too. And then I might get on a stool and wipe off the blades of my ceiling fans. Ideally, I would like to replace those. So probably, I'm so funny. Because I was going to say probably next spring when I have more time. You guys, there is not enough time in the spring. If I had 2 springs that I put together, I still wouldn't have enough time. There's gardening, there's all the stuff that goes along with grass growing, weeds growing, gardening, starting seedlings. These fan blades, I'm going to wipe them off, period. There we go. Let me show you what I just found. Can you see that shimmering in the sunlight? I'm not going to blow that away. I'll have to show that to Genesee. Okay, I've had this rug and I should have laid it out, let the edges kind of uncurl, but I didn't. I did the smaller one. I had it more days and I wanted to see how I liked it before I ordered the bigger one. So I hope that I'm going to be happy with them. I got them from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box. And if I don't like them, I'll let you know that too, if I send them back. Rugs are so expensive. So that's why I went with Amazon. I looked around here and I really couldn't find the size that I needed. They were all like smaller, like the one that I just took out. So I'm giving this one a whirl. Alrighty. I'm going to lay it down first. Okay, this is going to be fun. Let me get on here and try to uncurl these edges. And I figured if I had to, I can staple them. I have to think about my mom and the little kids coming out here and tripping on it. So if I have to, I will, because stapling into my porch boards will cause me less problems than if my mom has a fall. But I want her to be able to come out and sit with me. She's not a real outdoorsy kind of girl, but she does like to sit outside and have a cup of coffee on a cool day. Okay, I got the smaller one laid down and it's still really rippled on the edges. I'm going to get the staple gun. Okay, I got my staple gun and I put very short staples to see if that will hold. I didn't want really deep ones. Decided to pull my apron off since it just kept getting in my way. All right, I love it. This is awesome. Okay, it's starting to get warm out here. Now that the rugs are down, I have one more thing I want to touch on. Let me turn this around and show you. One of the first things I wanted Mark to do for this porch was to help me build another table. We have tables that are built with this same pattern in our dining room, and I wanted one out here so that people would feel like they could come and relax, have a cup of coffee or tea or iced tea, whatever, and just feel like they didn't have to go inside to be welcomed. So the top of this is looking pretty rough. Let me show you. It's got some of the stain coming off of it, and it's got some like grease spots from kids and different people eating on it. So I'm just going to use the sanding block and kind of go over it. And I might put another coat of stain on it just to make it look a little bit better. Okay, I have to take another break. I got to go in and make some sourdough cornbread and let it sit for 4 hours before dinner. And I need to put some chili in the crock pot because tonight's my night to cook family dinner. Okay, I'm back. So I got the chili done and it's on simmer on the stove. I decided not to use the crock pot. And I also mixed up my sourdough cornbread mix that has to sit for 4 hours before you bake it. And I didn't tell you I was going to do this. I played cards with my mom. That's one of the things that she loves to do. So I have been in and out, busy all morning. And we did have shower this morning. And then I did all of her laundry while I've been in and out here. And she's like, do you have time to stop and play cards? And I didn't want to tell her no. So we played a couple of hands of skip bow. I don't know how many of you play skip bow, but anytime you want to come over, I will stop what I am doing pretty much anytime to play skip bow. And I will try and beat you. I beat her twice. I know I'm terrible. I should let my mother win. No, because she won't let me win either. So also Mark came home, so we chatted a little bit, and he's going to come out and help me put all this furniture back on in a minute. But I wanted to show you what I'm going to do to this tabletop. I have this product that I really like to use, and it's just an antiquing wax, but it kind of seals and has a really pretty color. So I'm going to mix this with some water and just rub it on the top of this for now. And I think that'll be fine until I can get to it in a better way. But first, I'm going to use this fiber cloth to pick up any dust that's on here. I really do thin this down a lot. It's probably half and half with water and the stain. It is a water-based product, but it still leaves your hand a little dark. So I'm just going to grab this glove. And I just have part of an old t-shirt that I'm going to use to kind of pour this on and rub it in. And as you can tell, it's a much different color. It's more of a maple. And this is really dry, so it's really drinking it in. I might have needed to water it a little bit more. I know I'm not sanding with the grain, and that's because I want to disturb the edges of those paint chips so that they'll come off. Okay, I think we're ready to move things back up on the porch. Let me go get my helper. Look who I found to help me. He came home from work today. I'm really glad he did. I'm so excited. Everything's in its place. I tried sitting in the rocking chairs and they both rock beautifully because they're on a rug and there's room and I love it. So let me show you how it looks. So this is step number 1, was to clean everything off. You can see those chairs look pretty rough in their seat area, but I'm going to work on slip covers for that. No worries. And you'll see I have pumpkins down here, and over here I have some mums. So I plan on putting those in different places around the porch. And let me just show you the rest here. I went ahead and put my rug there that can handle really dirty stuff, and I can take it out and clean it. My firewood is right by the door, so when it gets cold enough, I can just grab it. And here's the rest. Okay, let's go in and see what we can do about those seat cushions. And I have a couple of wooden projects that I've been working on, so we can decorate the way I want to. So let's go in and get that stuff done. Okay, now it's time to have some fun. I had cut out these letters on my silhouette, and this is a packing board that we had downstairs that came like packing something heavy duty, and we saved it. So I cut this into 4 pieces to put a letter on each piece. I cut this board to put the word thankful on. So those are the projects I'm going to be working on here so that I can finish up the porch tomorrow morning. I want to come up with some kind of cover for these seat cushions that are more fall-like. And I had been to a store in our area, it's called Scraps, and it's kind of like a thrift store for crafters. They have everything you can imagine for really good prices. So I had been there a couple weeks ago thinking about what I wanted to do on the porch, and I found this fabric. It's really nice. Actually, I wish there were more of it. I'd make me a dress out of it, but there's not. It's like a yard, but it was $4. And then I also found this coffee bag for $2. So I thought, why not use the coffee bag? Well, I know that I can get 4 cushions out of this, but I didn't think I could get the backs. So I'm going to use this fabric for the back, and this will be the top. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so I was gifted some cash and I decided to spend it at Hobby Lobby on some items for the porch. So these are some of the things I've got. Now I'm going to go put the porch together and then show you how it looks. Okay, we are finally ready to see this porch. Let me just recap. We made seat cushions. We cleaned the porch off. We got most of the old paint off the chairs, to which I promise I will get them painted soon. We put new rugs down. We washed the existing chairs that weren't in bad shape but just needed to be washed. Let me show you the porch with all the added features that I either made, found at Lowe's, as in flowers, or Walmart, a couple of extra pumpkins. I didn't want to use my homegrown pumpkins to sit on the porch and get messed up by a squirrel. No way. So, inexpensive pumpkins and a few things from Hobby Lobby that was gifted to me. Let me show you. Welcome to Open Hand Farm. We have done a lot of work here together, and I really appreciate you coming along. Now, if you're ever in the area, you stop by and we'll have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea on the front porch. Until then, blessings on you and yours.